On my own, here we go. And it's not her, it's the people that surround her. They're scum. They're scum. And they want to take down our country. They are absolute garbage.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
Including, yes, Puerto Rico. I'd like to take that guy for a swim out there. Anyway.
They actually have labeled us, and that's what the scary part is. But yet it seems to be kind of normal that we would hear this kind of rhetoric and degrading talk coming from the president and the administration.
Right, and we're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. And it's not her, it's the people that surround her. They're scum. They're scum. And they want to take down our country. They are absolute garbage.
A total piece of garbage.
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 Garbage. Talking about garbage.
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 Garbage. Garbage.
Talking about garbage.
I'd love to be nice, but I'm dealing against real garbage.
Garbage. Garbage.
Garbage.
Can I use the word garbage? Garbage. Garbage.
She's a scum. She's garbage.
This scum. This garbage.
Pile of garbage.
First time I've ever said garbage.
A garbage can.
We're like a garbage can. Garbage can. Garbage can for the rest of the world. We're a garbage can. How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden. For Joe Biden to make that statement, it's really a disgrace.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
Feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
Okay. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
So we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it. You know where the oil, their oil is garbage. It's horrible. These people pouring in, and they can look at them and they can see trouble. They go trouble, 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 no trouble, trouble, trouble. They can look at them and they can see good or bad. Right, and we're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. That's what's happened. That's what's happened to. We're like a garbage can. You know, it's the first time I've ever said that. And every time I come up and talk about what they've done to our country, I get angrier and angrier. First time I've ever said garbage can, but you know what? It's a very accurate description.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
They said, if George Washington came back from the dead and he brought along Abraham Lincoln as his vice president, they couldn't beat you, sir. And who always has your best interests and has your back. I have your back, I have your heart, and I have every other part of your body.
And I will always remember where I was when half the country was called garbage.
They are absolute garbage.
Anytime you call half of Americans garbage,
it's the enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with.
We've seen a lashing out, a stubborn, a sort of, retribution holding individual.
I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
This is the kind of divisive rhetoric that we need to get out of politics.
We're up against very bad, evil people. It's an evil force.
They're practicing at words that really signify hate.
The radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country.
It came across as extremely harsh, and it was meant that way.
This group is stupid, but they're vicious. They're stupid people, but they're vicious people.
Perhaps that's really how he feels about half of the American public. That was telling.
So many sick, deranged people.
This is what they think of middle America.
How stupid are the people of Iowa?
This is what they think of the South.
And they said, sir, please don't talk about these people that way. They're Republicans. I said, I don't give a shit.
They want another giant tax cut for the wealthy. Now, I know some of you guys are tempted to think it's macho guy. I'll tell you what, man. When I was in Scranton, we used to have a little trouble going down the plot once in a while. For Green Ridge. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
Today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Some would call that completely unfit to deal with the challenges as the leader of the free world. Just completely unfit. Not trying to be flip, not trying to be funny. That was just disturbing and kind of crazy talk of a guy who did not know what to say when his prompter failed. Compared to President Biden, like his policies or not.
Compared to Biden? I'm sorry. Wait for it. Watch.
4 more years. Pause. Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it. Shanga. I think the thing about, let me put it this way. And by the way, used to make beer brewed here. It is used to make the brewed beer here.
His first rally since his conviction. But during his speech, he ran into a glitch. Watch.
Just in case you're wondering, I got no teleprompters. And getting them out will be a bloody story. Should have never been allowed to come into our country. Nobody checked them. Our campaign has been endorsed by 400,000 members.
That, and he's totally retracted his statement, like weak people always do. They retract their statements. But he was hit by some of the strongest, not human beings, women. He was hit by the strongest people.
Turn your face to the moonlight. Let your memory lead.
I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And that on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution. But I chose the Constitution, and I always will. Anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States. And anyone who asks someone else to put themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States again. But what the President maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false. I dismissed it out of hand, but sadly, the President was surrounded by a group of crackpot lawyers that kept telling him what his itching ears wanted to hear.
I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured.
Heads up! Heads up! Here's another one, and another one. Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear? Get back! You don't know me like that.